Well, hello, mamas. We're here to talk about reason number three. Content is not as important as study skills. So, we're focusing on your teen's job, okay? We're talking about your teen's real world, real career, all right, after graduation, whether that's high school graduation, college graduation, or beyond. We're talking about what skills your teen needs to be successful at work. Okay, so I'm curious to hear for those of you watching that have kiddos in high school, what are some of those study skills you think your teen will use in the real world? If you're watching and you already have kiddos in college or maybe beyond, I'm curious to know, do you see any connection between what happened in the classroom with your teens learning and the learning they did at work? I want to know about it down below. And before I go too much further, I want to say thanks for watching, and I want you to know I would love to meet you. I'd love to meet with your teen one-on-one for a talk with Jessie. There's a link in the description, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So today I want to dive into this idea of what study skills your teen needs, not only in the classroom, but also at work. Because I got to tell you, your teen's future employers are definitely going to be looking for some actual skills, not just content. Okay, now if you read the description, you noticed, I said, will your child's employer care about grades? And the thing is, for those of you who have high schoolers, yeah, for that first internship, for that summer job, those grades are going to matter a little bit. But unless your teen is going to be working a job that's directly tied to a class, honestly, those grades don't show whether your teen is smart or dumb. I don't want to say that word, but essentially it just shows your teen's effort, your teen's willingness to actually get help, to put the work in to get whatever grades, to talk to the teachers, to, basically care enough to get a certain grade. Okay, that's pretty much what grades are, is showing your teen's ability to learn something and then do the effort. Now, the thing that's even more important than your teen's grades is really, what does your teen know? Because like we talked about earlier this week, those skills your teen needs, those study skills, are really life skills. So once your teen knows how to learn, that makes everything easier and actually more fun and actually just so much more enjoyable. Okay, because learning can be fun, it can be enjoyable, and less enjoyable and fun are two different things. But definitely do know, mamas, your teen's employers are looking for your teen to have some skills. Okay. So I want to go over some of the study skills I teach in my Love to Learn study program, some of the study skills that your teen needs to be successful, no matter if you've got middle schoolers, high schoolers, or college kiddos at home. And these are also skills that have a direct impact every day in your life, whether you know it or not, and are definitely going to have an impact on your teen's life in the real world. Okay. Now, like I said, grades, pretty much important when your teen's younger. Also, do know, if your teen gets, say, a certain degree, certain major at the college level, yeah, if he applies to be some kind of accountant, yeah, they want to know what kind of grades your teen got probably in his accountant classes. I know for me, when I thought about teaching biology, it mattered big time what my overall GPA was, let alone my biology specific GPA. But remember, grades show a reflection of an understanding of these skills we're about to go over, let alone your teen's just effort, interest, willingness to learn. Okay, so here we go. Note taking, annotation, two skills I teach. And honestly, I teach note taking first because to me, it's the absolute most important study skill, life skill that your teen needs. Because at school, note taking is really your teen's only way and only chance to take the information the teacher provides and then bring it home to study, prepare for that test, to use on the homework. Okay, now at the work level, your teen needs to have notes for when he's meeting with the client, when she's at a department meeting, if your teen works as an assistant. Okay, those are just some very, very basic times notes are so essential. Even more kind of important example, even maybe more serious example, would be think about your teens who have their first job or have a new job. Okay, especially if it's like the first real job, say after college graduation. Your teen might be new to the workforce, might be totally new to the company, new to that role anywhere. And there's a lot of, okay, this is how we do it. There's a lot of, this is the procedures. Your teen needs to know what to highlight, what to write down, how to remember. So that way when the boss says, why aren't you doing it this way? Or someone says, how did we talk about this? Or what did we discuss again? Your teen actually has something that's usable. Okay, so note taking, annotating, very important skills for your teens in the workforce. Okay, other important skills are organization and time management. So let's talk about that in a second. Before I do, if you're just now joining us, thanks for watching. I'm Jessica Coulter, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring and Study with Jessie. We're on Facebook and YouTube right now, so I hope you follow, I hope you subscribe so you don't miss future videos all about teens, all about learning, and all about study skills. All right, so I imagine you have some ideas, hopefully some wheels are turning about why organization and time management matter, because for those of you watching who use these skills every day, remember your teen needs to use them every day too, no matter if we're talking a 7th grader, a 12th grader, or someone who's been in their career 10 years, okay? Those things called deadlines don't ever disappear. This idea of getting tasks done, either when they need to be done, when the boss says they need to be done, when a client wants them done, those are big, big components of organization and time management. And your teen actually has to have a plan, has to have routines, and has calendars and schedules and all those things that go into organization and time management. And the thing is, and it's a little off topic, but the reason I teach these skills is because your teen learns how to manage his time, learns what system works best for his calendar. Well, that's going to be a system he uses forever. And it's so much easier to learn it now, say in middle school, than it is, after graduation from college and the boss gets angry because your child didn't know how to keep track, or where did I write that down, or where did I put that, or what was I supposed to be doing again? Okay, so organization, time management, very important. Okay, things that your child's employer is going to be looking for. Okay, now these last 3 kind of go together. I teach them as separate study skills, but soft skills, confidence, and self-advocacy, also very, very important for your teen forever. Okay, we want your teen to know it's okay to ask for help. So we want your teen to know at high school, you're not getting that math problem, ask the teacher for help. You don't know what exactly you're supposed to do for your citations in English, ask for help, or learn how to figure it out on your own. Okay, both of those are self-advocacy. We also want your teen to know that we got to get along with others. Okay, this idea of a soft skill, those people skills. Does your teen get along with people that have different backgrounds, whether that means different types of education, grew up in different parts of the world, or it could even just be, what kind of work ethic does your teen have? Does your teen understand effort really impacts how his coworkers are going to see him? Does she understand, okay, if I care or don't care, people are going to know, and that's going to be part of how I'm judged, part of how I'm seen here in this environment. Okay. Now, as to confidence, we want your teen to be able to stand up for himself. We want her to know, hey, I did what I was supposed to, so I'm good. I have positive self-esteem. I have the techniques I need if I make a little mistake, if I feel really, really shy. We want your teen to actually feel confident in the classroom, at the classroom, and have techniques to rely on. Okay, because again, your teen might be flying, doing great, and then suddenly something happens, and then your teen is no longer your teen. And if your teen doesn't have a way to bounce back, that can be a big, big problem. And unfortunately, have a snowball effect that's not the greatest. All right, we definitely don't want your teen to snowball the wrong direction. So those are just a few of the study skills I teach. So do know there are more in the Love to Learn study program, but definitely the ones we touched on today: note-taking, annotating, organization, time management, soft skills, confidence, and self-advocacy. These are all things that your teen needs in school to be successful, and these are things your teen's employer is going to be looking for. Now, if you go and look at different job listings, you might not see, a requirement of note-taking. You might not see the requirement of self-advocacy, but you will definitely see things about teamwork, which is the soft skills. You'll definitely see things about deadlines and due dates and tasks, which is all time management, organization. And you'll probably see, this idea of being a self-starter. Okay, so definitely do know study skills are life skills, and your teen needs them forever. Okay, so if you've got questions, drop them below. And remember, if you want to know what's going on with your teen study skills, how can I help? How could we improve and make sure your teen has these skills before it's too late? Because I got to tell you, so many students I work with that are freshmen in high school, they have a bad freshman year, maybe even just a semester, but definitely more often than not, it's a full year. And at that point, that 4.0, never going to happen. And even more importantly, unfortunately, a lot of lost opportunities just because your teen is missing some skills. So, hope to talk to you. Hope to talk to your teen soon at A Talk with Jessie. It's a free consultation. We'll meet on Zoom. All you got to do, click the link in the description, choose a day and a time that works best for you. We'll get all the details sorted out, and I'll send you a Zoom link. So, thanks for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you for the next video tomorrow. Bye, mamas.